Hi, everyone. Welcome to the Love to Live Healthy show. I'm Josephine Fitzpatrick, author of Cheat Day Rules, available on Amazon. I'm a weight loss nutrition specialist for over 15 years, and I work with thousands of clients all over the world. I own Innovation Healthy Market at 8025 Jericho Turnpike, Woodbury, New York, where for the last 12 years we sell hundreds of prepared meals and snacks. We are open to the public 7 days a week. You do not have to be a client to shop in our store. We have customers from all over Long Island visit our store every day, and we also ship tri-state. We offer free delivery every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, and we hand deliver to New York City every Tuesday, and we are also on Uber Eats 7 days a week. So if you're looking to lose weight or just eat healthy, come and visit our store. Everything is made fresh daily, and we carry everything from high protein, low carb, gluten-free, sugar-free, plant-based vegan, keto, and our famous detox. Someone is always available to help you at the store. They will hold your hand to help you get what you want. Don't hesitate to ask when you walk in. For more information on our store, delivery, shopping, and weight loss, visit our website, innovationhealthymarket.com, or check out our Instagram at Innovation Weight Loss. Today I am here with Jake Fitzpatrick. Good morning, Jake.
Good morning.
Today's topic is portion control, because we don't realize how important portions are when we're trying to lose weight or even just eat healthy.
Yeah, no, definitely. One of the things that you even taught me, for anybody that doesn't know, I'm actually on my own plan now of doing 3 meals, 2 snacks too. So
yes,
a lot of people follow that. So a lot of people will know what I'm talking about and know the struggle that I'm going through right now. But yeah, no, I mean, you even told me from the start, because I always... Obviously, with my own personal goals, I want to build muscle while losing fat, but you always told me too much of everything, even if it is too much of healthy items, is still
it's
bad
still
for
too
it.
much,
Yeah.
right, when you're trying to lose weight. And it's so true. And I think people get so caught up on calories, and every calorie is not created equally, so it's very hard. That's such an old school way of thinking, to like count calories to lose weight. I really believe that's why we live in such an obese world today, because you really can't count calories and think that's how you can go through your day. You know, you really have to watch your portions, and you have to know you shouldn't be eating too much of anything. Everything's portioned. If your meals and snacks are portioned properly with, you know, protein, healthy carbs, healthy fats, you will lose the weight. You know, I think everyone's struggle, and I think that's what you're feeling right now, is not eating in between.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know?
Do you think that, like, a lot of people, because, like, when I talk to a lot of clients that come in the store, whether it's their first time or not, everybody always is concerned with, it's funny, like the 2 C's, like calories and carbs. Everybody wants to know how high the calories are, how high the carbs are. Like, do you think that it's like a question of like pure ignorance, or is it just like people don't know what to really follow?
Well, they definitely don't know.
Because
a lot of it's
like
what they listen to.
nobody really cares about the amount of protein.
Nope. And they don't, because they don't understand that's what's going to really help them lose weight and keep them full. And it's funny. So to answer your question, I don't think they're educated. And it's listen, we have a lot of doctors that come to me. I have so many doctors, surgeons who come in to lose weight. And you would look and say, but you're a surgeon. How do you not know this? But that's not what they study. Yeah. So if you don't study it, sometimes you just don't know. And a lot of it's what we hear. So when we went through that whole no carb phase on with the Atkins and everything, you know, we do have to remember, God rest his soul, but he did die in his 70s. Yeah. Like, so, you know, maybe it's not the best advice to have no carbs in your body. Yeah. Carbs are energy. You need that. Yeah. If you're doing anything through your day, you need carbs. Yeah. Not to mention it's something that if you do delete out of your menu, as soon as you eat them, you're going to blow up. Yeah. And it happens to people all the time. And then they get so confused because they don't know, you know, why did this happen? Yeah. Why am I all of a sudden 10 pounds higher in a week and a half? Because you went from no carbs to carbs. Yeah, exactly. So moderation and portion control are always your best friend.
Also, too, like when people come into the store and they tell me that they're doing, you know, I spoke to somebody last week that's doing like a carnivore diet now, where it's just straight up protein, no carbs, and the only carbs that you're actually able to have are through just rice, as well as through like some others. But he was telling me his energy level for work in the morning is just depleted, like completely depleted. Even people that do like bodybuilding shows and stuff, when you do like you know, they call it Hell Week. So
right, the cutting.
The week before you completely cut out carbs and everything. And you're going to feel it in your energy level. So people that like want to completely stay away from carbs, I think that the importance to know of like the carbs are almost your friend.
Yes.
You know?
And when
like,
you use them the right way,
that's why they even created the term like healthy carbs, you know? Like
exactly.
just because like carbs were just kind of
people got
stigma.
so afraid of them.
Yeah, it was almost like a
be.
trigger term, like in a fad way, like, okay, like carbs are bad, like carbs are bad, because everybody always associates it with like, you know, pasta and like, you know, being bloated and the gluten and everything.
Right.
Like people think of gluten, they think of carbs. They think of carbs, they think of pasta.
Right.
And it's like, you know,
it's bad information, because I will tell you, the clients that lose the most weight, they're eating carbs.
Yeah.
You know, and you need it. That's why they feel good. That's why they have so much energy. And another thing, remember, to lose weight at the end of the day, no matter what information you get, you have to eat less. Mm-hmm. You have to eat less. So if you're eating less and you're not eating carbs, you're going to feel no energy.
Yeah.
None. So that's why I always say the clients have so much energy, and they're like, I can't believe, like, I'm working out and I'm not eating as much, but I still have so much energy. It's because they're balanced. They have the protein, they have the healthy carb, the healthy fat.
Yeah.
But what I was saying before, which I wanted to know how you felt through this, not eating in between is a huge thing. When I say to someone, do 3 meals and 2 snacks and nothing in between, like that means nothing. That means, you know, you're drinking water, a few coffee, you know, with no like, you know, not a latte, coffee.
Yeah.
But a lot of people don't realize how much they pick in between, and they just don't count it.
No, yeah. It honestly, it opened my eyes up really, like really big to the whole issue, because like when I started doing the 3 meals, 2 snacks, I noticed that there was a lot of time throughout the day where I would just be driving in my car, and I always have like protein bars in my car and stuff. So like beforehand, before I started doing it, I was always concerned with like, okay, in order to, you know, my main goal is to just get bigger. So I was like, okay, I should just keep eating every chance I get. But then I started to feel the repercussion of that, of like, okay, I'm gaining weight and like not the way that I want.
Right.
And I felt like I was just eating almost just to eat.
Mm-hmm.
So whether or not I'm driving to work or I'm driving home, if I had it in my car, I would look at it and I'd be like, all right, I should eat it. And I'm feeling like, okay, I'm full now, so I don't need it. And when I'm starving, I'm eating when I should.
Right.
But
exactly.
It's weird how people like always say, like, you know, like there's stress eating. There's people that eat when they're just bored. And then there's people that go out to dinner and they're like, oh, I'm not actually hungry, but everyone else is eating. But
exactly.
So I should eat that, you know?
Social eating.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But no, I feel it now too. Like I just drink water constantly, and I don't feel like I have like that urge to like, okay, I know I don't have to eat.
Right.
You know?
And that's a big thing. And this is what I explained to you the other day. I love when like you call me and you're like, okay, pretend I'm a client right now. But when I said to you the other day, we have to remember it's okay to be hungry. Mm-hmm. You're never going to be, you know, we don't even know what starving is, but you may think you're starving, but, you know, it's okay to be hungry, because when you give your body that time to be hungry and you don't feed it, it has to take from the stored fat on your body. And that's what creates the weight loss. And that's what you want. Mm-hmm. So it's okay. You almost have to embrace that hunger and be like, okay, I'm a little hungry, but do I really want one of my snacks right now? Because then I won't have it later. Yeah. You know, you have to think about when you're eating your food. You have to think about everything. And I think that's really important. Sometimes we just go through the day and we just don't think. We're not mindful of it. But when you become mindful of it, that's when you really, you know, it makes the biggest difference.
That's actually the biggest advantage of actually, you know, the clients with like our food program. I mean, not to like push anything, but like the biggest advantage to have like with our store, especially just me being there all day, is, I mean, the portion control by itself, like, you know, just in order to incorporate the portion control into everybody's daily routine, you know, it's like measuring your food out, weighing your food, knowing how many grams of this you're having, have a 2-to-1 ratio of proteins to carbs and everything. But with what you provide, you don't have to do that because everything's portioned out already. So that's honestly the biggest challenge that's solved when people come into the store, because I always tell everybody every snack is portioned out for you, so you know exactly how much to have. Every meal is portioned out, so you know exactly how much protein you're getting. every meal is every meal, and that's the question that people ask the most is like, this is one serving? Like, because people don't even know how much they can actually eat.
And
I'm always like, yeah, no, you can have that whole portion and it's fine, and everybody's always shocked by that.
And it's funny too, because I always look at it, if you take one of our containers and just order from a takeout, and it could be like, the same type of food, but like obviously ours is made with, healthier ingredients, but the same type of food, they're going to give you double the portion.
Yeah.
And people generally will eat what's in front of them, whether they're hungry or not.
Yeah.
So when you get takeout from somewhere and all of a sudden, like, it's in front of you, or you're out to dinner and it's in front of you, I always tell everyone, just be mindful, because you're going to eat it because it's there, even though it's double of what I would be giving you.
Yep.
Now, the big thing is, another thing is that I think that it's really important to really think about, like, your meals and snacks and when you're hungry in the day. Because some people are not hungry for breakfast. Some people are not hungry around lunch. You have to decide when you're hungry and use your food, because it's a total myth that you can't eat at night. It doesn't matter what time you're eating. It matters what and how much you're eating in the day. And I wanted to stress this because I think it's important for people to realize, don't worry so much about when you're eating. People say, like, I cut it off at 6 o'clock. Well, that's great, but not if you had like 5 meals during the day and 4 snacks. You know what I mean? So big deal. You didn't eat at night. I'd rather you eat at night. If you, like, say, I like to watch TV at night, or you like to play Xbox and, have a snack.
Yeah.
Just save one of your snacks for them.
Yeah.
That's it. It's simple. And don't go through all day. I'll pick on Dad now, because he loves to, like, go through all day, and he'll come home and be like, I didn't eat all day. But then from dinner on, he ate twice as much as he would have if he would have eaten during the day.
Yep.
Not to mention, like, I'm like, you're in a food surrounded by healthy food, in a kitchen surrounded by healthy food. Like,
I know.
You should be eating.
Yeah. That was honestly the biggest problem with me, is like, and you told me from the start, because I was like, I just don't. It was more so that I almost had the reverse. Like, I didn't have the urge to actually eat, and I was getting mad at myself because I wasn't getting all my meals in. But I was kind of like intermittent fasting, I think, almost in a way,
which is fine,
unknowingly.
Yeah.
Because I wanted to get more meals in, and you kept on telling me, you're in the store all day long, you're surrounded by meals. But it was more so I didn't know what to do.
Right.
I didn't know what was right to do. So at one point, I was literally just having double the portions at one time just to get all the food in, but I didn't know that was actually hurting me.
Right.
Because I was like, oh, if I just have 3 meals at one time, then I'll just get all my protein in for the day. But I was doing the wrong thing.
Right. Why? Why was that the wrong thing?
Because
testing you
even
now.
though it's too much, even though it's all healthy alternative meals and healthy portions, I'm not actually having the required portion amount.
Exactly.
I'm having 3 portions at one time.
Yeah. And your body can only process so much at once.
Yeah. No, yeah.
So,
because like I read something once that was like your body can only process like 48 or something grams of protein at one time, and then it just excretes the rest of it, or it stores it to fat.
Exactly.
And then I was like, okay, so at one point I was even having like those Core Power milkshakes that are like 42 grams of protein. I was like, oh, I'll just have 2 at once. But I was like,
you're not doing your body any good. Yeah, exactly. Because even protein, it's going to store as fat.
It's also not good for your kidneys too.
It's exactly a very good point.
Yeah.
And that's where the high protein, no carb really can affect your kidneys. People don't realize it, but
do you mean
really,
like the keto?
The keto.
Like a keto diet?
Yeah.
Like that can...
The keto basically is very low carb, but it's carb. But Atkins was like no carb.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So,
yeah.
But
the one thing that I wanted to ask you was like, when you talk about portion control, I was reading about that there's different factors of how it can affect weight loss based on like age, height, obviously like metabolism, gender, like levels of physical activity and stuff like that. Like even when we talk about like the detox program, obviously the biggest occurrence that happens with the detox, and then especially just the meals in general, do you see that males lose weight quicker than most women?
Oh, yeah.
And that's like...
It's like divorce court in my office sometimes.
It's always hard explaining to people the portion because they don't... It's always hard to convince people, I should say, about portion control when they lose different amounts of weight.
Yes.
Because they're like, well, wait, I'm having the same portion as him, but why am I not losing the same amount of weight?
Right.
I should lose the same number if I'm having the same portion.
Right.
Why
men have more muscle on their body. Even as they age, they still have twice as much muscle as women. Even if women are working out, bodybuilding, the whole thing, unless they're taking like, a magic shot that gains muscle, which I'm sure there is, right, for women.
Yeah.
I'm sure you could take something. But men always have, and muscle just burns twice as fast. So men will always burn much faster than women. So a lot of times when I have a couple come in my office, and I always have to say to them, to the woman, you're going to be eating less and you're going to be losing less than him. So just be aware, I'm going to send you both out of here. You're going to feel like you're starving. He's going to be hungry because he's used to eating more, but he's still going to be eating twice as much as you, and he's going to lose twice as much as you every single time. And they're always like, it's fine, but it's never fine. As soon as they come back to me, wait, I'm like,
they get in the car, and then she starts telling them, you bastard.
So it's but that's just the way it is. But again, when we're talking about just in general, I have clients with me that have been with me for so long, 15, 20 years. And when they first came to me, when their kids were little and you were little, they were able to eat 3 meals, 3 snacks, Now they're older. They're, in perimenopause or menopause, and your body slows down significantly, and your body doesn't need as much. And I have to cut and all of them are on 2 meals and 1 snack to lose weight. Wow. Or they do the detox. But that's what it takes. If you want to see weight loss every week, that's what it takes.
Wow.
So, yes, your age, your height, your weight, everything plays a significant role. Female, male, everything when you're trying to lose weight.
Wow. That's even for obviously me and everybody listening probably knows who Joey is.
Yeah, right. Bear Bronson.
We grew up with totally different metabolisms too. I mean, I remember until I was probably the age of 14, I was able to eat anything I wanted to, and I would never gain
older
an ounce.
than that.
Yeah. Probably still now. But I was able to eat anything I wanted to, and I would never gain an ounce, and it was actually hard. But then, Joey growing up, he would have to change up everything.
Everything.
It was
Bear would look at the goldfish and gain weight.
Yeah.
And I felt so bad, but and I would never ever make him do. I just felt listen, when he's ready, he'll do it.
Yeah.
And eventually, he got into the wrestling, and he found where he can eat comfortably, and it works for him. It's a great life for him because now he can work out, he can do what he's got to do, and he, is extremely active, and it helps now with his weight, Where then when you started going to the gym, you were like, wait a second.
Yeah, my body was actually putting to use everything I was eating.
Yes. And that's a big thing with you, where that does come into play too, where, again, exercise is such a huge factor in people's lives. It changes you. All of a sudden, because your body doesn't hold on to fat, you see the muscles when you work out. You have instant results. Yeah. Where sometimes it takes people so long to see that, you know?
No, of course. Wow, I never realized how lucky I was to be a man, too.
Oh, my
gosh.
Just
because of
it's unbelievable how different men and women are when it comes to weight loss. Yeah. And again, listen, which we will talk about, menopause. Men go through it too, and they definitely change. And you can see, Dad, he's still so strong and stuff, but every time he gains weight, it's in his belly.
Do you think it's comparable to what we talked about last episode with the testosterone? It stops producing?
Oh, yeah, slowly. Believe it or not, from your 30s, 30s on, see, with menopause, and again, we will go into this, but menopause, it's very quick. You go peri, and not that it's quick. It's just you see the signs very quickly. When you start it from peri to meno, women see it quicker. Men, it starts in your 30s and it gradually declines.
Okay.
So, and of course, it could be more for some men than others. Some men won't stop until they're in their 50s. Others, it stops when they're in their 40s. But you see the gradual. That's why, slowly, you see them losing their hair.
Yep.
Slowly, they're gaining weight around their belly. So it's,
you're just
again,
describing Dad. But anyway.
It's so funny. Yeah. But, it is. It's a big difference. I do think, though, when we're talking about weight loss, we have to take into consideration everything matters. This is such a big topic right now, especially with spring, because everyone forgets how important it is. You have to count everything. It can't be just, and this is a great example. I had a client in today, and she said to me, I had 2 scoops of ice cream last night. No big deal, just 2 scoops. So when she was describing her day, she didn't even incorporate it. And I'm like, oh, but what about the ice cream? And she was like, it was just 2 scoops. And I'm like, 2 scoops? I don't care if it was 2 teaspoons.
Yeah.
It's still, you had it, and you have to count it.
Yeah.
That's the thing. People don't count everything. And when it comes to weight loss, if it passes your lips, you have to count it. Even if it's vegetables. That's why I say too much of anything is still too much. When you're, and this is a really good thought process, you want to shrink your stomach. So when you're trying to lose weight, you want to eat less, all right? I said it before, the less you eat, the less you need, all right? Yep. The more you eat, the more you want, right?
Yep.
So you want to shrink your stomach. And in order to do that, you can't be eating from morning until night, even if it's vegetables. Like, you want to be able to get through the day without having to shove something in your mouth.
Yep.
And that's where I think is the first step to really focusing on your meals and snacks and nothing in between. Get through a week of that, and I guarantee you will see weight loss. I don't care who you are.
No, absolutely.
Everyone doesn't count. Or they'll have 2 bites of something like, oh, well, I didn't like it. It wasn't good. And I'm like, well, you should have ate it because technically it counts as your meal.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. It's funny, too. Little shout out to our worker at the store, Lauren. She was telling me, actually, it was funny. She made it was very like an indirect point about it, but it's what we're talking about. Her son loves the mac and cheese. And she was saying, oh, yeah, it's portioned out because we were talking to a new member. And she was like, oh, it's great because it's portioned out. And it's like, that's all you get. You know, like, that's all you get. And when he finishes it always, he goes, all right, I'll have more. And she's like, no, that's it. Like, you ate all of it. Like, you know, it's done.
You don't need more than that.
You don't need
you
more
want
than that.
more than that.
Of course, you want more than that because, I mean, the food's good. But, like, but he was like telling her, he was like, oh, I'll have another. No, that's the whole portion. Yep. And once you get your mind wrapped around that, that's where you start actually making
really seeing
mental
the
progress
results.
too.
Yes.
Before even the physical progress, you make the mental progress of knowing, oh, I know I'm good off that.
Right.
You know,
that's so important. That's such a good point too, because, you know, again, and that's where they say like that time after you eat, you have to give your body a chance to process what you eat. That's why I said to you, try not to ever eat 2 hours within 2 hours.
Yeah.
Because give your body a chance to know it's full, know that it's satisfied. Even if it's not full, it's satisfied. You're fine. You ate. And give your body a chance to process it. And you can't do that if you're just eating one thing after another.
Yep.
Your body's not going to know it's full, and you're just stretching your stomach. You're stretching your appetite.
Yeah. I think that when you told me that my body would just store it as fat, knowing that changed
mentally.
everything. Because mentally, I'm like, okay, I know I had enough.
Right.
Anything extra will be stored as fat.
Exactly.
So now mentally, like, I set an alarm on my phone 2.5 hours.
It's great. I love that.
As soon as it rings, I'm like, dinner bell. It's like, you know, I'm like, okay, I know I can eat now.
Yeah.
And then even after it rings, I'm like, 20 minutes goes by and I still don't eat. So even that,
it's
like,
amazing
it helps,
how that happens. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like you think you're so hungry, but once you have that green flag to be able to do it, you're like, oh, I can wait.
Yeah. And like 30 minutes goes by and I'm like, oh, good. I'm glad I still have an hour because I'm not even digested yet.
It's so great.
You know?
Yeah. So great.
Yeah.
I love that. Listen, it's important stuff because I think a lot of times we listen to stuff or we'll read stuff, we'll listen to stuff, and we're like, okay, well, how does that really work? Like, okay, I can eat 6 meals a day. Like, I saw something in a magazine and said, eat 6 small meals a day. I'm like, that's terrible to tell people. Like, you know how bad that could end up?
Yeah.
Like, you could gain weight in a day doing that if you're not doing the right things. Like, it's the little information that you read or that goes viral, and it really, it's what makes everyone end up gaining weight, you know?
Oh, absolutely.
So it's important stuff, like when you're trying to lose weight, because you're working so hard. You know, you're getting through the hunger, you're getting through it. You need to see those results at the end of the week.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So I think that's important when we're talking about, like, just your main things you want to come out of this podcast with. Don't eat in between. Portion control is everything, okay? You don't want to overeat at your meals. And a lot of times when you're hungry, you tend to overeat. So don't like skip lunch just so you can have like 2 portions of dinner, you know, because that's not going to help you. You don't understand?
Yeah.
So that's why I think it's so important that we just think about it. Nothing in between, portion control.
Yep.
Huge factors. And listen to your body. You're always going to want more, but do you need more?
That honestly will change everything.
Right.
Because once you realize the difference between wanting and needing more, you'll finally realize the points where you are actually starving compared to when you're just hungry.
Right, where you really, mental
hungry.
hunger. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And the big thing, like you said, remember, if you overeat, it's going to be stored as fat.
Yeah.
But if you don't overeat and you eat less than you need, it's going to take from that stored fat because it's got to survive.
Yeah.
So when you don't feed it, it's got to come from the stored fat.
Yep.
That's how weight loss works. And if you keep that in your mind, it's going to make a big difference.
Yep.
So that's what we got for you today. I think it was a great episode.
Yeah, I think that was great.
hope everyone can really come out with like knowing, because sometimes we just don't hear enough of what we need to. And I think knowing this and going and listening it's going to help like the average person say like, I'm going to try it. I want to lose weight. You know, I want to try my 3 meals, nothing in between. And if I'm hungry, I'm okay. It's going to embrace it. Embrace that hunger. So that's all we have for today. Thank you all for listening.
Yep. Thank you guys for listening. And remember to please stop in at Innovation at 8025 Jericho Turnpike, Woodbury, New York. Or you can visit our website, innovationhealthymarket.com. Or you can call the store at 516-802-5055. We're open 7 days a week and are always there to help you with your shopping, orders, or weight loss needs. Or if anything was unclear on the podcast and you want to ask more questions about it, you can always do so. When you come in, ask for me. My name is Jake. I'll be there to help show you around the store. Or if you are looking for a one-on-one plan, I can make your first free consultation appointment with Josephine.
Great. Have a great day, everyone.